Welcome to the finale of Metal Slug X. The last 4 stages are Hell on Earth. Now, what's wrong with this mission in particular? There's gonna be a tunnel section where you need the machine gun or a laser, otherwise you'll just lose a life instantly. I'll show that part off, and it's pretty insane. Actually, I'll just explain the tunnel section. In the tunnel, there will be 2 trains that will be coming towards you. If you get pinned at the side of the screen, you die. But you also need to destroy the trains in order to not get crushed. How you need to destroy the trains? You shoot at them. And your pistol doesn't do anything. I'm sorry. It's worth jack shit. And that's why you need a machine gun or a laser in order to destroy the trains. Because 1, you have to button mash for the pistol to actually get rapid fire. And 2, the pistol is really weak. Basically, the second half of the game becomes unfair because arcade game. You gotta have more quarters in order to make more sequels and begin the process anew. I'm actually not quite sure how many Metal Slug games there are. I know there are 7 Streamline games and a couple of spin-offs. I'm not sure how many spin-offs though. I'm pretty sure it's over 10. At least Metal Slug does not suffer from the Sonic the Hedgehog problem where there are just too many spin-offs and most of them are not that good. Yeah, I think some of the Metal Slug games are just not good, but that's few and far between. And it's mostly just repetition that's Metal Slug's series problem. It's not that the game is bad, it's just it gets repetitive after a while because the gameplay is the same. So if I were to compare a series, I think Metal Slug is the closest to the Mega Man franchise because the same game, just with a different coat of paint and a different number attached to it. Yes, and it even has an X too. I just made the parallel. Here's the tunnel section I was talking about earlier, and this place fucking sucks. The helicopters here, they are annoying, but they're not the main issue. The main issue is coming up. And is it me, or does the laser look a bit thicker than before? I'm not quite sure. Ah, damn it, I died. The laser's really good for the helicopters. You don't really have to worry about aiming because you'll just continuously aim up, as opposed to the heavy machine gun where you have to waggle the stick up in order to actually get yourself aiming upwards, if you know what I mean. Just like in Metal Slug 1, you cannot aim diagonally up in a natural way. You have to hold up on the stick and let it go neutral, and you have the machine gun, that's another thing. And the character will then shoot diagonally in a very kind of wavery pattern type of deal. It's really awkward, and I don't know why you can't just aim diagonally up, but then again, that adds to the challenge. Alright, I was talking over that train part. Definitely go with the machine gun. If you don't happen to have the machine gun on you, like by chance you die before that, and you're stuck with the dinky ass pistol and the train's coming towards you, use your bombs. The bombs help too. You got more helicopters here. Some of the pilots will shoot diagonally down at you, while some of the other pilots will shoot straight down at you from overhead. There are heat-seeking missiles in this part, which I think is the only other time in the game where they're actually useful. Use that against the helicopters here. And here's a tank on the tracks which takes a lot of ammo to destroy. These are different from the trains. If you run into the tank like by itself, you will die instead of the tank having to crush you in between something. This section right here, this is basically an endurance round. They just throw so much at you, the trains and the soldiers and helicopters. And oh god, train, and I have a pistol, but good thing I had grenades on me because otherwise I'll probably be dead. It's a good thing that pistols are unlimited ammo. They're still weak as shit though. Oh, I forgot that you can shoot the bats. That's kind of... Oh, god damn it. There's another train. I think there's like 5 or 6 different trains that you have to avoid in this part, and it's... It's annoying when you have to tend with the dozens of soldiers that want to kill you. There is plenty of space in the background from what it seems like. Why not just go into the background and pull a Streets of Rage 3? Yes, I know, I'm putting logic into a game where there's no Z-axis of any kind, but come on, this has to make sense somewhere. Oh, I got my minigun. I got my machine gun back, so I'm good. And I wish there was a minigun in this game. And here's the hardest part of the game, right next to the other hardest parts of the game. You got these zombie-type creatures which will explode on you if they get too close, and their hitbox is really wide. And they also remind me of Resident Evil for some reason. I don't know why. What I do for this scene is I run like hell. I end up ignoring those little wind-up boxes with the down arrows on them. You can crank them for extra power-ups, but what good are power-ups when you're just gonna die like 2 seconds later? And also, the zombies just explode the instant they get towards you, so... yeah, not fun. I done fucked up. Now, there is a way to beat Metal Slug 2 without getting a game over or even dying once, but that takes a lot of time and dedication, which I do not have because I just don't have it. This game is hard. Oh, I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. It's not Rocket Launcher, it's Rocket Launcher. The voiceovers in this game is just incredible, and I don't normally say this for any of the voice acting of the 90s. I'm looking at you, Mega Man X4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. And basically every other Mega Man game ever, except for 11. Well, no, 11 still has its moments of just what the fuck voice acting, but it's still better than 8. So we're reaching the end of the stage, and the boss is down below again, so we're gonna have to aim down in order to defeat him. Good thing this mech is here. Again, you can suicide drop the mech, and it will explode and do a lot of damage to the boss, but you'll be vulnerable, so what's the point? You might as well just shoot the damn thing. This boss is reminiscent to the one from stage 4, in that you have to destroy a whole bunch of parts in order to destroy, or expose this one part, and then you have to shoot that in order to bring the whole boss down. It's kind of simple, but again, there's a whole bunch of bullet helly type patterns that you have to avoid, like that one. It's basically a spread shot, and then there's another one where it goes up, down, and you have to jump or duck in order to avoid those. The submarine's also got one more attack in that he'll shoot a gigantic freaking laser of mass destruction across the streams. Across the streams, Egon. Screen. Do not let him do that, because it most certainly will spell your death. I forgot to mention that if your mech gets hit, you lose a cannon, and if your mech gets hit twice, you'll lose both cannons, which means you have to resort to using your bombs. And that can get annoying, because you have to jump up and actually press the bomb button in order to actually have the bomb go down and drop into the enemy. I don't know why they have to implement Star Fox wing mechanics, but I don't know. Actually, no, it makes sense. I get it. Yep, there's the giant fuck you laser. It's hard to avoid. I'm not sure if there's a tell on it. I've never noticed the tell, but you just have to be on the ground and ducking whenever that thing goes off, because, again, when hit and you're dead, just like everything else in this game.
Mission complete! Final mission, start!
Last stage of the game, you got enemies coming out of everywhere, and you got a very difficult final boss. And I just died. That's a bad start right there. I think there came a point where I was just not playing smart at all and I just kept dying. Especially on the final boss because, goddamn, that final boss is something else. Well, at least he's not Metal Slug 3 final boss. That guy can suck a dick. The best strategy I have for this part of the game is shoot as often as you can, as fast as you can. Make sure the enemies don't get a chance, and they probably will because they're just that fast to react, but goddamn, you will, if you're not careful, you will die a lot. And slow down. Wait, I thought I was playing the X version. What the hell is going on here? You can't shoot the missiles out of the air, but chances are you're gonna have your standard pistol, and that's not gonna do enough. So, it's better to just stand on top of them or avoid them altogether. Fio's push animation is the best melee attack in the game. She does have two melee attack animations, one where she shoves and another one where she uses knives or tonfas. I don't know what they are. They look kind of blunt to be knives, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know why she forgoes an actual melee weapon in order to just shove the enemy away. But it's Fio, and she's adorable. And oh, I just talked over Alan O'Neill's death. Don't worry, he comes back in the sequel. Alan's patterns are basically one for one the same as they were in Metal Slug 1, except he's got soldiers backing him, so you're gonna have to deal with the soldiers as well as the pain in the ass Alan himself. But luckily, I didn't die as many times to Alan as I did in the previous game. Oh god, I think I died like 5 times to Alan O'Neill in that playthrough. Jeez. But here I managed to die only twice, which is still kind of rough, but not as bad as Metal Slug 1. I think he's simultaneously more and less of a pain in the ass in this game. And I think that's Mr. Burns in the background. I don't know why he's in a war zone. Should be in a business office, but whatever. Oh jeez, I keep jumping into grenades here. What is wrong with me? This factory is the second sub-area of the final level. This is where the aliens start to appear more often and try to play a more active role in killing you. The aliens, just like the human soldiers, shoot out quick bullets. They are extremely weak to flame shot, so be sure to pick one up, which there are going to be plenty around this area. And the way the aliens die in this game is kind of foreshadowing to the way you can possibly die in Metal Slug 3. Depending on the character, it's either gratuitously graphic or graphically gratuitous, if you know what I mean. Just imagine the scene from the first Indiana Jones film where they open the Ark of the Covenant and apply that type of death to all the characters in this game, in the third game, I mean. Except for Fio and Eri, where their clothes actually melt first. Yeah! It's like a sick, backwards version of fan service, or fan disservice. Like, what? They had to sneak it in there somehow. And no, as of this recording, I have not recorded Metal Slug 3 yet. But I'm sure we're gonna see that death animation in there somewhere. As to which character that's gonna happen to, I'm not quite sure, but it's gonna be in there. But back on the subject of Metal Slug 2/X, we got soldiers and aliens working together, but not for much longer. Yes, spoiler alert, the aliens do turn on the rebel army, but can we really trust aliens? I mean, they're freaking aliens. The only alien I trust is E.T., goddammit. And Chewbacca. Chewbacca's cool. Oh, Jesus Christ, you just shot Fio in the groin. Show some decency, man. Shit. This section does go on for a little bit too long. This is one of the largest sections in the game, if not the largest, so you really gotta buckle down and get shooting here. The music here is good. I will say that Metal Slug 2 has the best soundtrack in the series, hands down. The final boss in particular, which I did use a snippet of for the end of part 1, is a really bombastic theme. I love that theme. It's amazing. It fuels me, okay? Okay, that kind of got weird, but it's a great song and you should listen to it. And this song is also great too, even though it's just kind of like frantic playing of the piano, it's still good to listen to. I probably wouldn't listen to it in my off time, but it's good for the moment at least. Yeah, okay. I always tend to do that. Whenever I run out of grenades, I don't notice until I see the character actually flailing around, or I die. The animations in this game are just so spectacular. It's SNK at its best. This and King of Fighters boasted top-notch animation in video games back in the day. And now that trophy belongs to Naughty Dog. Well, okay, 3D-wise, Naughty Dog, 2-dimensional-wise, Way Forward? Yeah, I give Way Forward the trophy because their animations are really smooth. And speaking of Way Forward, the Way Forward is blocked by these assholes. That was a terrible, terrible transition. You got these tanks on both sides. I don't know how to dodge them. I think you gotta be close to one of them and duck underneath their cannon fire. But then the other cannon fire will get you, so there's honestly no way to avoid that unless you jump. And here we are, we're gonna reach the final boss, and this guy is a goddamn nightmare. It's not because he himself is tough, he's got friends that help him, which makes it all the more difficult. This is why you don't trust aliens, kids. The alien warship is harmless on its own until the other aliens show up. Your main focus should be the alien warship, but also deal with the mini aliens too, because they will get in the way. In the vanilla version of 2, this is where the frame rate starts to shit the bed. It's just everything on screen at once just chugs the game to high hell. As you can tell, I'm going to shove a lot of bullets into this guy because either he's made out of vibranium or I have the weakest fucking pistol known to mankind. I die in the stupidest way. I try to go down the stairs like it were a Castlevania game, but you can't do that in this game. You have to actually go off the ledge itself. Oh man, that was a dumb way for me to die. The machine gun does help with this boss fight because you're not mashing nearly as much as you would with a pistol, so go nuts with that machine gun. Poor Theo, why you gotta put up with this shit? And whenever you die, you get 10 free grenades, so frag that bitch. Frag him real good, he deserves it. You killed Theo like 50 times. Make that 51. Another good attention to detail on SNK's part, and kind of morbid because they animated this. Whenever Theo dies and she goes flying through the air, her hair just becomes undone and her hat flies off. It's you wouldn't notice it when you're playing the game because you're probably swearing at the monitor, but when you're looking at the animations, you're like, damn, they actually went through the effort of actually animating a convincing death scene. That's kind of impressive, SNK. That's kind of impressive. Now the final boss begins. You're facing off against the alien mothership, and you have the aid of the rebel army. because they took their general, you see. They're basically just, they're bullets. They're not bullet sponges, they're cannon fodder. And you can hide behind them in order to have them take the hit for you. Now, I don't know if the enemy of my enemy does damage to the final boss. I'm gonna have to assume they do, but it's very, very, very little, and therefore you have to do most of the work. The boss works the same way he did in his first form, except he's more stationary in the sky. You got the stupid, annoying-ass, freaking asshole aliens that shoot at you all day, and you also got the Independence Day laser. Watch out for the Independence Day laser, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna be quite honest, the Independence Day laser is more pathetic than I thought it would be. It took up like a tenth of the screen. But hey, I got Metal Slug. Let's wreck some shit. The human enemy forces will occasionally drag out Metal Slug, and I think they only do it once or twice. Or it depends on how many times you die. I'm not sure what the ramifications of them dragging out the Metal Slug is, but it's nice of them. Now, this is an epic final boss fight right here, and Metal Slug 3's final boss fight is gonna fuck things up. I freaking hate the final boss in Metal Slug 3. But we're not on Metal Slug 3 yet, we're still on Metal Slug... Okay, looks like we're moving on to Metal Slug 3. See you, everybody. But no, I'm just, there's a lot of things wrong with Metal Slug 3. And I just love this game, and the first game. Oh boy, what did they do with Metal Slug 3's final boss? So I mentioned before how adorable Theo is. Just look at her victory animation. It's something to behold. Yay, we saved the general! What? I'm eating our sandwich, leave me the fuck alone! That was Metal Slug 2/X. Let's see how many continues I had to do. 18? Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that's terrible actually. I should revoke my gamer license. No, I'm kidding. When I return to Metal Slug, it will be Metal Slug 3. Oh boy.